Did you know that more than 50% of all self-published indie games make less than $4,000 in their entire lifetime? Personally, I don't even want to make games for a living. Like, I don't want to be one of those indie game developers out there grinding like day and night. No, man. Like, I want people to understand that I want to be filthy rich. Not to brag or wear Gucci or gold watches or whatever, but just to be stable. Man, I've known poverty at every type of level in my life. So if someday people are gonna pull up and say, oh, you changed, oh, man, the goal has always been to be rich, but I don't wanna be rich doing game dev. If that happens, it happens. I'm not gonna lie to you, but all I wanna say is the chance that I'm gonna sell my IPs is very low. I wanna make games that I'm gonna enjoy playing, and if everybody else enjoys playing these games,
yo, this is the scroll. Check the cipher. 4 horsemen on the prowl for your soul. Beast from the deep, shaking the concrete jungle we keep. Blind to the truth, y'all lost in the
entirety of this video, I'm just going to be rambling on and on about how the industry works, how the gaming industry works for indie game devs, and where I fit in all of this. I want to state here now that I'm not doing this for any form of culture. I'm not doing this for the culture. Yes, I do love video games. I love video games, but I love a certain type of video game. As I always state in almost every video that I've made recently, that what struck me, what gave me the push to actually get into making video games, because honestly, I had given up. I was like, I don't know. Even though I had done Godot like years ago, but I just did like one full tutorial series, and I made a game from start to finish, and still, I don't know, I gave up at some point in time. At that time, I hadn't learned Blender yet, but now I have Blender knowledge, even though like you need to exercise the Blender knowledge and the skills just to keep the muscles fresh. In this video, I'm just going to be, as I said, going through some notes or some information on things, and the fact that I'm not doing this for any culture. I'm not doing this for culture points or gamer points or game dev points, and I'm going to use every single thing in my arsenal to make this game possible. And which brings me to the point of using AI. I've expressed my use of AI in my game development journey. I am using AI, but not to make AI slop in the way people think of using AI. No. I'm using AI as to fill in the roles of parts of the game dev pipeline, because most studios, big studios, have like teams. I am doing this alone as most people. I'm not saying I'm special or anything. No. This is my first game. This is the first game I've ever made, and it doesn't have to be a magnum opus, but I don't want it to be like one of those lame games. Most people start with a 2D game, but I've never been a fan of 2D games because I've always believed that 2D games really belong on mobile devices, and I've never been the type to play games on mobile devices, Yes, I can play a game on a PSP, on a Switch. I love playing video games on video game consoles. A mobile phone, yes, I can play a Subway Surfers here and there, or I can play a word game here and there, but the type of games that I actually enjoy to play, like on an action, like when I'm saying I'm prepping myself to play a video game, I play them on a console. I don't even like playing games on a PC. But lately, since I'm trying to make a game that's gonna start off on a PC, I'm not even trying. Since I'm making a game that's gonna start off on a PC, I've had to get acquainted with how PC controls work, because honestly, I've never been fond of playing video games on a laptop or a computer. Maybe on a computer, maybe, but on a laptop, no, which is the only PC device that I own. But yes, I've rambled on and on about this. Back to the financial reality of indie devs. So Google says states that the success in the indie sphere is hyper concentrated at the top, creating an industry ecosystem that behaves much like a lottery or the entertainment business. The top 1%, the absolute top tier games like Rimworld, Hollow Knight, and Subnautica, I don't know, generate millions of dollars, frequently making tens of millions over their lifespan. The dead middle. The median revenue for self-published Steam games sits near 3,000 to 4,000. Only about 14% of indie games ever cross the 100,000 gross revenue line. Man, I'm not gonna lie, that is a hard pill to swallow. Like, I can imagine those who actually do this for a living. Man, I don't wanna do game dev for a living. Like, I don't wanna be selling my artistic talents. Like, I feel like that's how you get burnt out quickly. I wanna do something on the outside, something very boring but very lucrative to make me a lot of money. Because I wanna be one of those people, when people look at me, they're like, how does he fund his projects? But they don't know what I do on the side. I do boring stuff. Then it goes on to say survival of the fittest. According to platform research, roughly 70% of indie games never even break even. That's crazy. The triple L shift, I don't know. A large chunk of indie market share is now dominated by high budget, independent AAA teams that operate with budgets and staff sizes rivaling older AAA studios. Man, that's crazy. It just means it's like a small studio. Like, it's a team. And most of these teams, I speculate, are industry planted. Like, literally, like, it's industry planted. You can just see the success of the game and you're like, man, that's not an indie game. So what initially sparked my curiosity back into game development was I saw El Paso Elsewhere. I don't know if you guys have ever played El Paso Elsewhere. I played it, but I never finished it. That game is amazing. The graphics suck, but that's the beauty of it, because it feels like they weren't letting the whole graphics issue stop them. Playing El Paso Elsewhere feels like playing a movie, a beautiful movie, which also takes me to Grandpa High on Retro. I speak on Grandpa High on Retro in every single video because I saw Grandpa High on Retro, I saw El Paso Elsewhere, and I was like, whoa, if they can do this, what's stopping me? Like, especially with El Paso Elsewhere, and that game has a whole team behind it. I don't know if it's like a team of 5 or 4. I don't know. Let me double check my resources to make sure that I'm not telling lies. Yes, I wasn't far off on the size of the team. So it was roughly a team of 5 to 7 primary creators under the indie studio Strange Scaffold. I actually follow them on Instagram. While a wider web of voice actors, musicians, and QA testers contributed to the final project, the operational team responsible for building the actual game was kept intentionally lean. The studio operated on a highly centralized workflow over its 3.5 year development cycle. So here's another thing. I am really not trying to make a game for 3.5 years. I'm sorry. I'm a bit impulsive. I know it's a bad thing. Here's the thing about me that I realized. Actually, a friend brought it up. He was like, no, you are not lazy or anything. It's just that when you have an idea, you need to bring it out. Like, the day I have an idea, I need to execute. Otherwise, it's never gonna work. I'm never gonna do it. Every time I have an idea, especially right now, I have this idea. For most of you who haven't watched any of my videos, which I know you probably haven't because these videos get like 5 views or something. I'm making a game called Mr. Hiroshi Strikes Back. If you're wondering about the name, if it has any significance to the gameplay, just watch any of the videos, the shorts that I've been making. You'll see the type of game that I'm creating. It's gonna be a dope game. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's very funny because I had the idea when I was literally scrolling on TikTok. I was literally doom scrolling on TikTok this other day because I was so depressed. First game that I was creating, which is like a superhero, Superman type of video game, it broke because I'm using Godot. It just broke. I didn't know how to fix it because I didn't even know where it broke. I literally didn't know where it broke. So, and I don't have much knowledge. And here's another thing. Although I am using AI to make my development faster, I have gone back to learning the basics. I know I said I hate coding and I was skipping the coding part. I went back to the coding. I'm literally learning what a variable is and what role it plays in the game development, in Godot, and what a function does. What to call a function is to do, but I'm still learning the very basics. So I have to put a little halt on my game, but just know that I'm halting the game because of lack of knowledge. As soon as I get that knowledge, man, that game is coming. As I mentioned in the last video, it's a satire type of game, so you're not supposed to take it really seriously, but depending on you. And I also want the music, because I'm gonna make original music for everything. Like, I want everything to just be so dope. I have been yearning. I literally wish I was some of you guys. By the time most of the people watch these older videos, they're gonna be like, whoa, wow. Today is the 23rd of May 2026. That's when I'm making this video. I don't know when I'm gonna upload this video, and I hope you enjoyed the modeling of the apple. That's most of what I had to say. I hope everybody has a blessed day. Do like and subscribe. You can follow my Instagram and TikTok, or either one where I regularly post. Have a blessed day, and bye bye.
Game